Hey there, history explorers, buckle up because we're about to dive into the awesome story of how the United States of America came to be. Imagine a world without this country. No delicious hamburgers, no cool superheroes in movies, and no awesome video games made in America. Crazy, right? Well, back in the 1700s, things were way different. America wasn't a country yet, it was just a bunch of colonies ruled by a king far, far away in England. These colonists were like, hey, King George, we work hard, we pay taxes, but we don't get a say in how things are run. That's not cool. They wanted freedom, the freedom to make their own choices, elect their own leaders, and live in a country where everyone had a voice. And guess what? They were willing to fight for it. So let's find out how these brave colonists kicked off a revolution and created a brand new nation. The American Revolution was a time of epic battles, brave heroes, and a whole lot of determination. Imagine a bunch of farmers and shopkeepers going up against the mighty British Army. Talk about underdogs. But these colonists were fired up for freedom. One of the most famous events was the Boston Tea Party, where colonists dumped a whole bunch of tea into the harbor to protest unfair taxes. It was like saying, no taxation without representation, meaning they wouldn't pay taxes if they couldn't elect their own leaders. Then came the Revolutionary War. The colonists formed their own army, led by General George Washington, who later became the first president. They fought bravely against the British in battles like Lexington and Concord, Saratoga, and Yorktown. After 8 long years of fighting, the colonists finally won their independence in 1783. It was a huge victory that changed the world forever. After winning their independence, the Founding Fathers knew they needed a set of rules to govern their new nation. Imagine trying to play a game without any rules. It would be total chaos, right? So they got together in Philadelphia in 1787 and created the Constitution of the United States. This amazing document is like the instruction manual for how the American government works. It lays out the basic principles of freedom, justice, and equality for all. It's the reason why America is a democracy, where people have the power to choose their leaders. The Constitution is still in use today, over 200 years later. It's the oldest written national constitution still in use, and it's been a model for countries all over the world. Some people were worried that the Constitution didn't do enough to protect individual rights. They wanted to make sure that the government couldn't just do whatever it wanted. So they added 10 very important amendments, or changes, to the Constitution. These amendments are called the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights guarantees some super important freedoms, like the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the right to bear arms, and the right to a fair trial. It also protects us from unreasonable searches and seizures. Basically, it makes sure that the government can't mess with our fundamental rights. Pretty cool, huh? Section 5, 3 branches, 1 big team. To make sure no one person or group had too much power, the Founding Fathers divided the government into 3 branches. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. Each leg is important for keeping the stool balanced and steady. First up, we have the legislative branch, also known as Congress. Their job is to make laws. Congress is made up of 2 parts: the Senate, with 2 senators from each state, and the House of Representatives, with the number of representatives based on each state's population. Next, we have the executive branch, headed by the president. The president's job is to enforce the laws that Congress makes. The president also leads the military, makes treaties with other countries, and appoints judges to the Supreme Court. Last but not least, we have the judicial branch, which includes the Supreme Court. Their job is to interpret the laws and make sure they're constitutional. The Supreme Court is like the referee of the government, making sure everyone is playing by the rules. Section 6. Go West, Young Nation. After the American Revolution, the United States was a small country with a lot of land to explore. People started moving west, looking for new opportunities and adventures. This westward expansion was a time of great excitement, but it was also a time of conflict with Native American tribes who already lived in these lands. Pioneers loaded up their wagons and headed west on trails like the Oregon Trail and the Santa Fe Trail. They faced harsh weather conditions, dangerous animals, and the ever-present threat of disease. But they were determined to make a new life for themselves in the vast wilderness. Westward expansion led to the growth of the United States, but it also had a significant impact on Native American populations. Many tribes were displaced from their ancestral lands, and their cultures and traditions were threatened. Section 7. Machines and factories everywhere. Around the same time as westward expansion, another revolution was taking place, the Industrial Revolution. This was a time of incredible technological advancements, especially in the northern states. Factories popped up like mushrooms, and people started using machines to do work that was once done by hand. Steam engines powered trains and boats, making it easier and faster to transport goods and people. The invention of the telegraph and the telephone revolutionized communication. However, the Industrial Revolution also had its downsides. Factory work could be dangerous and poorly paid, and cities became polluted and overcrowded. Child labor was also a serious problem. It was a time of great progress, but also of great challenges. Section 8. Connecting the dots, from history to today. So why should you care about all this history? Well, the events of the past still shape our lives today. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights still guarantee our freedoms and protect our rights as citizens. The three branches of government are still hard at work making laws, enforcing laws, and interpreting laws, and the impact of westward expansion and the Industrial Revolution can still be seen in our geography, our economy, and our culture. Understanding history helps us understand the present and make informed decisions about the future. It's like having a superpower, the power of knowledge. Section 9. Your turn to make history. Just like those brave colonists who fought for their freedom, you too have the power to make a difference in the world. Every day, you have the opportunity to stand up for what you believe in, to make your voice heard, and to contribute to making the world a better place. Remember, history isn't just something that happened in the past. It's happening right now, and you are a part of it. So go out there, be curious, ask questions, and never stop learning. Who knows, maybe someday you'll be the one making history.